Hello, Watem here, welcome back to some more Umineko When They Cry. Sorry for the delays, I'll try to get this out soon, but I probably won't be able to get this out in time. In any case, let's continue.
私が成した巨万の富の代わりに、金を儲ける代わりに孫を儲けたとそういうわけか。
Essentially.
いえ、そういう意味では。私が稼ぎ上げた数百億という財産の代わりに、息子たちは一人ずつ孫を儲けたというわけか。それは素晴らしい。
I get the feeling that that wonderful wasn't genuine.
つまりは100億を投じて命を一つ生み出したと。そういうわけだ。これは面白い。錬金術的に考えて実に面白い例えではないか。ほう、なんと価値ある孫たちなのか。
Keep in mind that they haven't had the large sums of wealth that you had in order to leverage making more money.
素晴らしい、素晴らしい。
Certainly they were rich, but they didn't have, what, however many tons of gold to use as leverage?
そうなのか、クラウス。お前の娘には100億の価値があるというのか。
Kraus couldn't answer instantly. It wasn't that he didn't have confidence in his daughter, it was because he didn't have a clue what Kinzo was trying to test him with in this question. When Natsui was then pressed for an answer, she responded, breaking Kraus's silence with an answer of her own interpretation.
はい。ジェシカは100億のお金を積まれても手放せない娘です。その意味において、お金では数えられない価値があると信じています。
ほう。100億の価値があると言い切るか。ほほう。エヴァはどうか。お前のところのジョージはどうだ。
I'm interested to see where he's going with this. And actually, I just, yeah. So it isn't technically only a single grandchild, even though only one's come to the conference, because +1. Anyway, did I say the last one? Since Natsui had answered that way, and Evan actually came off with her own answer as well.
お父様。
Most definitely didn't do that last one. Even though Eva should have known better than to respond to a provocative question like this, she answered as well.
ジョージには100億の、いいえ、それ以上の価値があります。それはお金で買えないという抽象的な意味ではありません。ジョージは必ずや自らの価値に等しいだけの財産を築き上げるでしょう。お父様の偉業を継ぐにふさわしい孫となるはずです。
Eva sent a glance at Hideyoshi and Natsui, as if she'd scored a point. When she heard what Eva had said, Natsui was about to add more praise for her daughter, but stopped at a glare from Kraus.
なるほど。ならばルドルフはどうか。お前のところのバトラはどうだというのか。
What about Anjay?
うちのバトラはジョージ君に比べられちゃ威張れることは何もねえ。誘拐されて身代金を100億よこせと脅されたらのしをつけて進呈したい程度のやつではある。さらにバカで無鉄砲だ。偉そうな夢やできるわけもねえことを語り出す。その一点においてはバカ100億人分に匹敵する大バカだろうさ。だがバカもできねえ凡人どもが100億人束になってもできねえことをきっとあいつはやり出すだろうよ。
I like the way Rudolph went about it.
ま、俺はどうせこけるだろうとは思ってる。世の中は甘くねえ。しかし、奴の人生は干渉して愉快なものになるだろうことだけは疑ってねえぜ。
Ever clicked her tongue at that clever style of speech, which would probably match Kinzo's tastes. Apparently Rudolph had done that on purpose, so he grinned back at her.
マリアはどうか。
マリアは私の可愛いたった一人の娘です。お金の価値で測れるものではありません。それだけです。
Should have brought up the magic. Shame.
なるほど。夢と未来、奇跡と可能性は我が魔力の源泉だ。希望をなくしていかなる魔法も力を持ちはしない。すでに凡百であることを証明してしまったお前たちには何を期待することもかなわないが。なるほど。孫たちには未来の可能性があり、魔法的奇跡を期待する価値はあり得るというわけか。
Hang on. I know the idea is he's kind of posing this as for the future. What if this is somehow important to his idea for the ceremony?
それをもって100億以上の価値と言ってみせるなら、わからぬでもない。
When Kinzo got in a rage, he wouldn't let anyone speak up. But even so, he would sometimes accept something on his own while yelling by himself, and change his own opinion. That's what this felt like to his siblings. But apparently, even though Kinzo had been disgusted by his unsuccessful children and had cast them away as being unfit for the inheritance of his title or his fortune, he wasn't sure about his grandchildren. At this rate, he might soon say that the inheritance would go to his grandchildren instead of his siblings. As the siblings sat in fear of what their fickle and short-tempered father might suddenly think of next, they carefully watched his every move. He's got eyes, they're not dead.
考えを少し改めよ。
Okay.
お前たちに我が全てを継承する気は全くない。しかし、孫たちの誰かにその資格があるかどうかを問うのはなかなかに面白いことだ。
Will this lead to him, like, telling Maria where to get the gold?
いつまでも子供だと思っておったが、ひょっとすると私を驚かせるような原石のきらめきを見せてくれるかもしれぬ。そしてそれを期待し試すのは、なるほど。我が余生最後の道楽としても捨てがたい。
I'm also realizing this gives the opportunity for all the kids to also verify his existence. Great.
さて、これはどうしたものか。
Beatrice really trying to rub it in our faces that he's alive. But again, that doesn't preclude him from being dead in other routes.
ジョージならお父様の後を継ぐにふさわしいと私は自信を持って推薦できます。
Ever claimed that right away. Natsui looked like she was about to follow along, but Kraus gave her a look telling her to restrain herself, though she swallowed her words.
勇ましいではないか。では、こうしよう。後宮家の家督と財産のすべてを受け継ぐ資格があるかどうか、孫たちに個別に問おうではないか。
お父様。
しかしそれはお前たちの誰かに間接的に家督を引き継ぐという意味ではない。 お前たちにはすでに失望しているのだ。お前たちに与えるものは今や何もない。何もな。私が問うのは孫たちだ。そして引き継ぐかもしれないのも孫たちだ。それを決して勘違いするな。
お父さんの判断に従います。
同じくだ。親父の決定に従うぜ。なあ、姉貴。
もちろんよ。お父様が賢明な判断をされると信じています。
私もお父様の判断に従います。
孫たちをどのように試すかは考えよう。そしてそれはお前たちには今さら関係のない話だ。
Ooh, unless he dies before he actually gets to interview all children, or grandchildren rather.
当主継承とお前たちはもはや何の関係もないのだから。だからこの場ではお前たちに関係のあるもう一つの話をしようではないか。
Oh? That is?
もう一つの話とは。
それこそが今宵の、そして後ろ宮家最後の親族会議の本当の理由だ。
Final family conference?
お前たちに求めるのは議論でも意見でもない。我が儀式に協力を求めるためだ。
儀式？
静かに。お父様がお話をなさっている最中よ。
Rudolph and the rest had automatically narrowed their brows with the occult-like word. Could he be planning to start some strange ceremony involving Beatrice's resurrection again? And he wanted their assistance? What in the world was he planning to do? Murder. In the past, he had carried out many eccentricities that he called by the same name, such as starting to burn a strange incense and filling the whole mansion with a stench. To his siblings, the ceremony was nothing more than one of the aged Kinzo's obnoxious hobbies.
お父さん、儀式とは一体。
私たちに協力できることなら何でもご協力します。
Including die?
ねえ、ローザ。
ええ。でも一体何を。
私が碑文に刻んだ通りの儀式だ。ベアトリーチェを蘇らせ、黄金鏡の扉を開く儀式である。肉体の檻を逃れ、私の指の隙間を嘲笑うようにすり抜けるあの魔女を、今度こそ捕らえ、屈服させる私の最大の秘術だ。そのために13人もの命を生贄に捧げねばならぬがな。
So, they are all dead. There is 7 of them. So, then the question is, first 6 for first Twilight? I wonder. And then there's also all these other people in the room, which leaves 4 survivors. Potentially. Or it says supposed to be 5 survivors. It's been a while.
13人もの生贄は容易には集まらぬ。しかし 今宵は親族会議。これだけの大人数が六軒島に集まった。この儀式が行えるのは今日を置いて他にないのだ。
Taken literally, it sounded like he was telling them to become human sacrifices for his dark ceremony and die. And what does it sound like taken figuratively? Ridiculous. Was it some kind of metaphor? They didn't even have a clue what he was trying to illustrate. Siblings whispered together about what Kinzo was saying.
親父は何を言ってるんだ。いつもの悪い病気か。
だろうな。しばらく黙って聞いてやれ。
ごめんなさい、お父様。どういう意味でおっしゃられているのか分かりかねます。
何が分かりかねるというのか。私は至極単純に話している。ベアトリーチェを蘇らせる儀式のために、この島にいる人間から13人を選び、生贄に捧げようと言っている。
Right. There's 18 on the island, 13 need to die, 4 children plus Kinzo. That's where the 5th one is. I'm expecting at least.
何の価値もないお前たちも、我が儀式の生贄としてなら、大いに役に立てるというわけだ。せ、これは冗談でも何でもない。我が人生の最後に欲する最後の賭け、最後の儀式である。この島には今、13人を超える人間がいる。つまり、この膨大な数の生贄を容易に満たせるだけの頭数が存在するというわけだ。
Yeah, so in terms of like 4 children plus Kinzo, that's my guess for what Kinzo wants. At least for now. Maybe after he interviews them, he'll decide to discard them too.
お前たちは我が儀式の生贄となれ。
金蔵さん、あんたまさかあの話は本気だったのかね。
When?
冗談ではなく。
Unusually for him, Nanjo's face changed colour as he stood up and shouted. It seemed this wasn't the first time Nanjo had heard all this dark talk about 13 sacrifices.
すまんな我が友よ。あれは冗談でも何でもない。我が生涯を賭して最後に挑む儀式でありゲームなのだよ。そう、これはゲームだ。お前たちにとって我が財産を得て島を出ることがゴールならば、それを達する方法は2つしかない。13人の生贄から逃れ見事生き残り、今更ながら碑文の謎を解いて儀式を止めてみせるか。私を殺し。
So it kind of suggests that he needs to not only solve the riddle but also stop the ceremony, as opposed to what ever, or which Bea ever, Beatrice ever, whatever that did, and solve the riddle but continued the ceremony.
この儀式を止めてみせるか。
Supposedly. Well, killing you doesn't necessarily stop the ceremony, apparently.
この2つしかない。
But now, everyone wasn't just whispering, but chattering and muttering away. Even the siblings had noticed that Kinzo was beginning to act abnormally.
お父さん、少しお疲れなのでは。源氏さん、お父さんは少し酒を。
いいえ、親方様はご明晰であらせられます。
Sensible, probably not the right word.
悪いけど親父、
Maybe perhaps, not sensible.
何を言い出すのかさっぱりだぜ。親父が愛する魔女を蘇らせるために どんな怪しげな儀式を追っ始めてもそりゃ自由だぜ。親父の趣味なんだからね。だがそいつに巻き込まれて生贄にされるのはまっぴらごめんだぜ。
ルドルフ、お父様の話に口を挟む気？
Yes.
何言ってんだ姉貴。こんな物騒な話にはいそうですかでうなずけるわけねえだろ。
Was the ceremony Kinzo had mentioned literally something disturbing? Or was it some kind of test to choose a successor? It seemed that Rudolph had taken it literally. Did ever apparently still believe that it was something like a test or examination? Find a proper successor. But Kinzo responded with a clear smile.
さて、私からの話は以上だ。異議も意見も何にも必要はない。4人の不出来なる息子たちがいたという私の夢が覚めるだけの話なのだ。お前たちにとってこれより目の前で起こることはまさに夢、幻、あるいはこの世のものと思えぬ理解に及ばぬ世界だろう。しかしそれこそが我が現実。
I reject your reality and replace it with my own.
お前たちという出来の悪き浅い夢は今こそようやく覚めるのだ。さあ、もうゲームは始まっているぞ。
Bonus points if you know where the reference I made is from.
これだけいては誰から命を奪えばいいものやら。さらばだ、出来の悪き息子たちよ。そして生涯でただ一度、そして最後に私の儀式のために役に立て。いでよ、ペンドラゴンの記念兵たちよ。
I feel like that's new. I was going to say, but how is he going to kill the 8 non-servants here when he needs others for the, when he needs exactly 6 for the first Twilight. Then remembered that, often, maybe the first 6 need to be discovered first, but like we've seen other cases where like 4, 5, 6 have all been at the same time, for example. Last part, for example, when it was all the people going back to the mansion to get food, or Maria and Rosa dying, or in one of the earlier ones, all the people like George and Shannon died together with someone else from memory. Anyway, who's Pendragon Memorial Troops? And Kinzo raised his arms high like an opera singer and yelled as though towards a packed audience. The air shattered like glass, and the outlines of 3 people who supposedly hadn't been invited to this island appeared. Oh.
シエスタ45、ここに。
But wait, 3? We've seen 2 before.
シエスタ410、ここに。
There's a third one?
シエスタ00、ここにであります。
I think we just heard a new thing. Okay, Siesta Sisters. Working in a contract with Beatrice, 45 is an extremely meticulous and timid personality and is fairly paranoid. For that reason, she compensates well for the weakness of 410's slapdash personality when they work as a pair. Cannot bear silence and even becomes emotionally unstable unless she is constantly being given orders. 45 excels in enemy search and being decisive. Sister's battle power is doubled by her support. Then 410, weapon and contract with Beatrice. 410 is a kid with character, has a unique and brazen way of speaking. Her hobby is teasing people and is teasing serious and uptight people, which is why she likes 45 and is fun. Of speaking, but loves company and easily succumbs to loneliness. Gets depressed unless there is someone constantly giving her attention. She excels in fire and control and even in close range combat, exhibits battle power that is second to none. And 00 Working with Sister's Cavalry, which serves Pendragon, 00 has the position of their calm and composed leader. However, that is merely the role that was thought of her, not her true her true self is far more of a weakling. 00 excels in reconnaissance and as a vanguard. Okay. And has enormous power to bring the enemy under control during encounters. However, her excessive power level has been criticized as inhumane, and it is not rare for her to be lynched and abused upon surrendering on the battlefield. The One-Eye tells of this without words. Okay. Three girls with strange forms suddenly appeared behind Kinzo. Where from? When? Who? Who were they? The humans were thrown off balance, and their minds went blank. As they spent all that time thinking, they lost their last chance to survive.
お前たちには6人の射殺を許可する。標的は自由だ。攻撃開始。
自由射撃了解であります。良き標的に感謝。自由射撃開始。
にひ一番乗りだにえ。シャッハ
When Watem scratched the air with her finger, a golden bow appeared in an empty space, and she pulled its string. The golden arrow that had been ready there was fired off without any hesitation, flew around the room, leaving haphazard gold curves everywhere, and chose Natsui from among those sitting at the table of the family conference, pulverizing the left half of her face. Okay. Flesh and deep red blood scattered around, leaving massive red spatter marks on the relatives' faces and the pure white tablecloth. And of course we get Golden Slaughterer here. Silence fell, despite the massive number of deep red spots left on the tablecloth. No one could understand why Natsui's head was half smashed, nor why she was hanging her head as though dozing while still sitting. Also, white tablecloth, huh? Yeah. Yep, very white tablecloth they have there. I guess it's not really a tablecloth though, it's got another word, that kind of central thingy. Although to be fair, I expect that they would, in an actual Wishramiya family, would be having much fancier chairs. Anyway. They watched on in silence. Those sitting on Natsui's right hand side were silent for a relatively long time. Those sitting on to her left were not. So people sitting on that side had been shown how her head had been smashed open like a watermelon or a pomegranate, and could even see inside her.
まずは一人。夏日か。最後まで運のない女だ。
So I assume that whoever's left there will be held captive until it's their turn to die?
次
00射撃
After scratching the empty air in the same way and readying her bow, 00 fired as well. Interesting as well, unlike previous times where it's always been presented as Beatrice performing the actual ritual, this time it's, and not being able to choose the targets are all chosen at random. This time it's Kinzo, and he has to a degree selected targets, even if it's random selection within of 6 within 8. Still. Although perhaps the reason why in previous routes Beatrice couldn't choose is because Kinzo was behind the selection process. Anyway, after it flew around and around at high speeds like the golden arrow 410 had released, drawing a convoluted curve in the same manner, it smashed half of Rudolph's head in the same way as he looked at Natsui in shock, killing him instantly. This time, everyone managed to avoid freezing up mentally. They realized that a fearsome murder had started playing out right in front of them, just as Kinzo had said. They realized that Kinzo would probably kill even more. Real screams burst out. Even so, they didn't know what to do. They could only keep screaming and flapping their wide open mouths like goldfish.
お父様、これは何の真似です。
Eva. Not only now you realize what's going on. In any case, I hope you've all enjoyed. We'll see the massacre next time. Until then, let me know any feedback you have in the comments. Yeah, until next time, see ya.